Welcome to Fifth Dimension. So for today's reading, I've put together part 2 of Fifth Dimension Academy. So today's lessons are going to be organized a little bit differently than the first time around. I encourage you to choose based on the crystal, the deck, or the image overlay that I should have over the piles, versus choosing based off of what the timestamp lesson will say. I just don't want anyone to be dissuaded based on the lesson that your guides have chosen for you. Okay, so please choose intuitively. Another thing, this is going to be the first video that I include an extended readings to. So the first part on this in this reading is going to include a mini lesson on whichever pile you choose, as well as an oracle reading. And in the extended, it will include an extended lesson to whichever pile you chose, as well as a channeled message specific for you, as well as a full tarot spread to further get details based off of the message that your guides want to offer you today. So I only encourage that if you feel that you strongly find resonations with a specific pile or more than one, where you feel like everything really fits like a personal reading for you. In that case, that's when I would encourage, if you feel guided, to purchase the extended reading as well. Okay, so for pile number 1, we have the Labradorite. For pile number 2, we have the Rose Quartz. And pile number 3, we have Smoky Quartz. As always, choose whichever you feel most guided to, and if that's more than one, trust that. I'll see you at your piles, loves. Hi, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this Labradorite, as well as this deck and the overlay image that you see on your screen, then you're at the right place. So, first things first, your lesson was Cleansing 101. So, in order to be sure that this is going to be the right lesson that your guides want for you today, I'm going to do a quick energy check before we get into the lesson, okay? So this will indicate for you whether this is the correct pile for you based off of whether you resonate with the energies. Please give me pile number 1's most current energy. What is pile number 1 in the energy of currently? Ooh, the High Priestess. Very in tune. Very spiritually focused. It sort of feels like higher learning. Oh, well, that's what you're here for, right? Higher learning. 2 of Pentacles. So it sort of gave me like an eager student ready to find balance. I feel like that's what's strongly in focus for you at this time, is really gaining a sense of balance, both with your spiritual life and incorporating that into your every single day physical 3D life. Okay, so really a blend is what it feels, merging. We have 2-2. So pile 2 may be something you want to take a look at, or if not, this is just really showing that balance is incredibly important for you at this time, and it's what you're focused on. And what's funny and why I laugh is because actually the original lesson that I was going to put out for pile number 1 was Balance 101, but instead I felt guided to go into Cleansing 101. So I find it funny that balance ended up being what came out, but regardless, maybe it's for that reason that you've already got balance down, or at least that you've already got a head start on keeping balance, or understanding how to keep your energy in balance as far as giving, receiving, which is heavy in focus and collective energy right now. Okay, so if that resonates with you, High Priestess energy, High Priest energy, not gender specific, right? This is just somebody who's very spiritually focused, very in tune currently, and focused on higher learning. So really engaging with that part of themselves, as well as really trying to expand it and stabilize it, is what it feels like. Okay, if that resonates with you, you're at the right pile, and we will go ahead and get into your lesson, which I have not created yet, but enjoy what future me has created for you. Hello, loves. Welcome to your lesson on Cleansing 101. So for this lesson, I really want to describe cleansing in the concept of understanding what you absorb, okay? So the best way to introduce that is that everything is energy. Everything we consume, everything we expose ourselves to, everyone and everything we exchange energy with is absolutely possible for us to absorb if you are not protecting and cleansing your energy. Now, this is not exclusive to simply those who believe in energy as something that needs to be cleansed, or as something that can be absorbed. This is, at least in my opinion, of course, right? You can absolutely have your opinion. But in my opinion, I feel that nobody is excluded to, it's sort of like the laws of physics, essentially, is what it is. Just like gravity, whether we believe in gravity or not, whether it makes sense to us or not, which actually we don't. We don't have all the answers to gravity, by the way. But whether you believe in it or not, you apply to its rules. Just like that, okay? That's how I want to go about cleansing and energy today. So really quick, I'd like to say that if you are new to the concept of energy as a spiritual concept, I do encourage you to watch the lesson for pile number 2 of Energy 101, and this describes how energy as a vibration. So it literally will show you how everything is energy and maybe help in this concept as far as understanding what it is that you absorb, okay? So I like to picture this as SpongeBob. That's my best way of expressing energy as far as needing to cleanse your own personal aura, your own vibration. And I like to picture you as a sponge in this case, all right? And if you are a sponge and you're everything that you expose yourself to, everybody you connect with, everything you exchange energy with in whatever way, is a little pool that you dip your sponge into. Now, mind you that some of these pools are very well kept, nice, crystal, pristine, clear waters. Some of them have spring water. Others have a little bit of filth. Maybe they've let some leaves gather. Others maybe have like beach sand filled in their pools. And some of them are downright muddy. And some of them are downright filled with, you know. So whatever energies, vibrations you are surrounding yourself with, and this does not have to be externally. This can be internally as far as the thoughts that you are replaying. What does your internal dialogue sound like? And what energy does that dialogue hold? And picture that. If you have to picture that energy as a pool, what does that pool look like? Is that energy the energy of the last pool that I mentioned, or the first, like the most pristine and clear? Like, what does that energy feel like as you connect with it, as you connect with that thought, as you connect with that feeling, as you connect with that person, as you watch that episode of whatever you're consuming, as you listen to that song of whatever it is that you're listening to. And this applies as well to your physical body when it comes to cleansing. So what is it that you are actually physically consuming, and what vibration does that piece of food hold? And you know what I mean. What does it make you feel? You know, it's the difference between waking up and having an apple for breakfast and drinking plenty of water versus waking up and having like the McDonald's big breakfast, which is bomb, by the way, but still, you know, it's a different feeling. So now giving you that visualization of what you are. Every single day, you're a fresh sponge. Well, in some cases, a fresh sponge, right? A good shower or whatever. And you're a fresh sponge. And you go off into the world and engage in dipping your sponge into many different pools in whatever you interact with, whatever's in your energy. And that's internally and externally, okay? In all aspects of your life. And doing that day in and day out, like, how dirty do you think your sponge is going to get after a while? It's like the dish sponge. You know, you gotta clean it out. You gotta clear it out in some cases completely. So think of it like that, and needing to cleanse your energy. So this literally can be done with any way that you feel guided to. There's no wrong way to cleanse your energy. So I will share a few techniques. So when it comes to me doing mini tarot readings at little vending events that I do often, one common question that I ask my clients that come to me for readings is if they cleanse their energy. And most often than not, the answer that I get is no. They're just like, yeah, like, I know what you're talking about, but like, no, that's not something I do. Like, why? And obviously it's because I sell stuff. Just kidding. I do sell products to help cleanse energy, but at the same time, it's like literally the most basic thing that you can do to keep your energy in a sense of clarity, at least especially in the midst of chaos and in troubled times. It's the bare minimum that you can do. It's like your immune system. It's like washing your hands when it's flu season, okay? Just being aware that you can be affected by everything that you come into contact with in that aspect, and keeping your hands clean is your best way of protecting yourself without having to completely isolate yourself from being exposed to other energies in this case, okay? So cleansing your energy and feeling the need to do that in that way, all right? So the last thing I want to add in this mini lesson is just some simple techniques. So I am always going to, first and foremost, strongly encourage you to do whatever you feel guided to. And when I say guided, I don't mean like you're hearing spirits telling you to do things. Because every time I say I feel guided or I was guided, it's just me feeling like I want to do something. So however you feel like you want is how I'm going to word this. However you feel that you would most like or prefer to go about cleansing your energy is what I would strongly encourage you to do, okay? I'm just going to give some examples. So the easiest is crystals, of course. So all crystals, again, hold a different energy, which would connect with Pao-Tu's lesson. But simple cleansing crystal, a cleansing crystal is a wonderful way, such as selenite, okay? That's the easiest one because you don't even have to cleanse the selenite. It is just always in a state of beautiful vibration of powerful cleansing energy. So that's a simple one, okay? As well as just Googling all the infinite amount of crystals and absolutely anything, actually. A stone that you find that stands out to you on a walk home, or a shell, a feather, anything that has the intention of you feeling like it was meant for you, like it was a gift for you, like it's a little trinket as a blessing that was for you specifically. You can use that with the intention of cleansing your energy, okay? You can also use smokes, such as sage is the most popular, right? Sage is a strong cleanse. So wild sage, white sage, very strong cleansers. And that's strongly encouraged if you feel a lot of very dense, dirty, is the best way I can word it, energies around you that you just feel not your best, okay? Also, any types of herbs that you feel guided to burn in order to cleanse. You could also use visualization technique. You can also do that in the shower. So when you're actually like physically showering, like use visualization to imagine the water being light or the water being absorbing or removing or healing, whatever, to cleanse your energy. All right. So those are just a simple few, but there are an infinite amount of ways, and whatever way you feel. Like if you say, like, I feel like if I, twerked 5 times in front of the mirror, that it's going to cleanse my energy. I'm just being ridiculous, but yes, whatever you feel is going to shake out that. Just kidding. You get my drift, okay? I hope this lesson was able to help you, loves. Please let me know if it did, if you were able to gain anything from this. And if you found it useful, then consider purchasing the extended, which will go over cleansing specific techniques when it comes to mind, body, and soul. All right, pile number 1, welcome back from the future. I hope you enjoyed what I prepared for you. And just a quick reminder that the extended that I will be offering will include, which I've also not created, by the way, so hopefully future me is doing a good job of things. The extended will include a further delving into cleansing. So versus a general sense of cleansing and energy-wise, I will be including information about cleansing a little more deeper when it comes to mind, body, and soul, okay? So just something to keep in mind in case that's something you feel guided towards. So let's get into your oracle cards, all right? I've got 6 different decks, so if you would like to tap until you see all your cards out, that's totally fine. I understand. Oh, no. We're not going to do that. I need to slow my roll, is what I heard. Okay. I'm setting the intention for pile number 1. What do they need to know in their personal lives in regards to cleansing? What messages do they need to hear in regards to cleansing? 1 card, please. What does pile 1 need to know? No. Did you see that? It was about to chunk on me. Let's not chunk on me, okay? Pile number 1. Okay, getting doubles. Also, I forgot to mention that I have my cute little mascot. I keep on forgetting to name him. He's basically a representation of me in my dragon form, which is constantly changing. Sometimes I'm a rainbow translucent dragon, sometimes I'm an emerald green dragon, sometimes I'm a bright fiery red dragon, sometimes I'm like a mixture of like black and umber with purple dragon. It's so dumb. But you can see it. I know you can see it. Anyways, he's got a little jewel, which is actually a ring that one of my good friends made me. She makes beautiful jewelry. And it's made out of a stone called dragon's breath. So I put it in his mouth. If you didn't notice. No, I only want one of these. For pile number 1, what do they need to know about cleansing, please? This one. 2 more. Sorry, I'm taking forever. My cards don't want to be manhandled today by me. You want me to be gentle. And now I'm going to respect that. Hopefully. 1 message about cleansing for pile number 1, please. It's this one. Last deck. Ooh. Okay. We have beautiful uncaging, card number 14. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Emotions are running high. Supermoon. Leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. Card number 12, the Temple Path. Ooh, that connects very beautifully with the High Priestess energy. Card 31, unleash your creativity. I don't ever think I've seen this card. It's really cute. It feels very steampunk. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. That's sort of giving me like maybe you had pulled away from the light. Maybe you had delved into your shadow. Or maybe you're currently in the process of delving in your shadow, but feeling guided back towards the light is sort of what I'm getting. So it's like dipping into a gooey lagoon and then coming out and into pristine, crystal clear waters. You got to cleanse yourself before you move in. Otherwise, you're going to disturb the clarity of the crystal clear waters. You got to have a rinse is sort of what I'm getting, right? I'm getting the vibe of like when sandy on the beach and you got to like rinse yourself off before if you're going to jump into a pool after being full of sand, right? You don't want to just jump in straight like that. And that's sort of what I'm getting is the messaging. I do want to quickly pause because I feel like I want to sit with the energy and get a very strong read on this, okay? Okay, pile number 1. So actually what I'm getting from this is it's not going to feel like it. It probably doesn't currently feel like it to you. But I assure you that what is unfolding in your current energy is actually something very beautiful. So the strong message that I'm getting to relay to you is that this cleansing that is necessary, that they want you to guide you towards, is a cleansing of illusion. I'm seeing strong presence of illusion. And it feels like, you know, it could be outside influence or it could be within you. Regardless, there's energies that are creating this strong sense of doubt and strong sense of illusion that you don't have a stronger grasp on where you're actually headed, or that you don't have the capacity to fulfill where you want to head towards. And that's from the shadow into the light is what I'm strongly feeling. So what does that mean? That means that there's been probably like a period of like solitude. It feels like very hermit vibe, like delving within and sort of putting barriers for protection, barriers for protection to keep everything, anything and everything out of your energy, but creating this sort of illusion of safety and peace where in reality it's sort of just like creating restriction and then the flow of what feels like a lot of backed up energy. So a lot of energy that has momentum. So things that you've been putting a lot of thought into, you're giving it momentum, right? Like every time you put a thought into something, you create, like, let's say a wheel. And then let's say like a ball of snow, right? How they picture in the cartoons, the ball of snow rolling down and getting bigger as it rolls down. So you give it a little push to roll down every time you throw a thought at one thing. So if you just give it one thought and never think of it again, it doesn't have any momentum to become anything bigger. But if you continue to give it a push, give it a push, give it a push, then picture it like that cartoon snowball, that it starts to get bigger, and as it gets bigger, it starts to gain momentum. And I feel like you have a lot of momentum of things that you've been putting thought into, that you've already taken action on in your mind, but then you restrict yourself. And that's all an illusion. Like whatever reasons are causing you to restrict yourself are an illusion that your guide, your soul, your higher self, the universe, whatever, wants you to really focus on cleansing yourself of. Cleansing yourself of all of this illusion that you're sort of like shrouding and fogging yourself with. And here's the reasons why. Okay, this was just me giving you the little story because what I see here is actually very beautiful, but there is a lot of shroudedness to it. Is the best way that I can say. It's just like you're clouding yourself in something that's Just turn off the fog machine. You've got one of those party fog machines going and you're just like, fuck, I can't see where I'm going. And your guides are like, unplug the fog machine. Then it'll clear up and you'll be good. Just kidding. I know it's not that easy and I'm trying to make light of it. But it's sort of like, you're very aware, like you're in tune. You're very aware of what's creating fog. You're very aware of what's creating restriction in your ability to have a clear judgment, but you're just not doing anything about it, is sort of what it feels. Don't come for me. These are guided messages. Okay, pile number 1. We have beautiful 𝐂𝐿. And that's giving me like that momentum, like that fire within you. The fire within you that needs to be unleashed, both of them. The heart wants to be unleashed. That's anything that brings you joy. That's anything that your soul yearns to experience, okay? Unleash your creativity. For a lot of you, this is being creative. Creativity that you restrict yourself from because it doesn't seem practical, or there's a word. Hold on. Productive. Conducive. Ugh, there's always somebody, and I don't know if it's you, Ashley, that doesn't seem conducive or productive to what it is that seems like you should be focused on. And for a lot of you, I feel like this is finances. Like you're just like, I can't be going around playing with my creative passions because I gotta like pay bills and I have a mortgage and shit. Sorry. And then here, this, where's the other illusion? These are giving me illusion, which as well over here, this is an illusion of a cage. This isn't an actual physical cage, right? I just saw 1111. This isn't a physical cage. It is energy. It is energy that's put in restriction. This could be thoughts. This could be whatever, right? You already know. You already know what's restricting you. You're very well aware of it with the High Priestess energy there. Leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. You and your loved ones are safe. There's a part of you that feels unsteady. There's a part of you that feels unsafe in taking a leap, right? This is you right here thinking like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I can trust that I'm going to be safe if I take this leap. However, this is you energetically. And energetically, your higher self is like, remember that snowball? You already snowballed the shit out of us and we've already taken that leap. Like, I'm already over here. Like, you've already snowballed us with your thoughts, with your intentions. You've already imagined it all and created the snowball, and I'm already over here. We already jumped in our mind. It's just you that's over here thinking that, oh, I'm so scared. But just like, girl, we're already over here. We're already in motion. All you gotta do is let go, because that's an illusion that you're still standing there trying to make the decision, right? That's what this is. This is you standing there trying to make the decision. But this is real you. This is what you think you're doing. You think you're still here in the real world. And you probably feel frustration with this. You probably feel like, damn, I can't make a decision on something. I'm too scared. But that's an illusion. That's why you feel frustration, because energetically you're already over here, and it's like the further we get apart from each other, the more frustration you're gonna feel. Just snap it, let it go, and just let yourself go with it, because you've already gone. Energy and motion, right? Emotions are energy and motion. And so this is a giant fucking snowball, pile number 1. You already created a giant snowball. And you've already left, but you have this illusion that you're in the process of restricting yourself from what's already happened energetically, okay? And that's why I feel like there's some sense of frustration. But once, I feel like you will decide to move, because it's going to feel so uncomfortable for you. To not move with the energy that's already in motion, because you're separating yourself from it by not moving, by not allowing yourself, because I feel like it's just you that's restricting yourself. Sorry, I'm saying it so bluntly like that, but that's how it's coming through, okay? And I can resonate with this, so yeah, I'm not even judging, like I get it. That's why I laugh, because I'm thinking a lot of the times when I'm laughing at these situations, it's because I can resonate with completely being, and probably, I don't know about this right now, but I definitely can think of situations where I was already like energetically in a giant snowball, but I didn't realize. Unleash your creativity. This feels spiritual, right? With the 12, the temple path. So what does this mean, spiritual? This doesn't mean like you feel the need to go on a spiritual retreat. This just means that you feel the need to follow your soul. Wherever the snowballs already gain momentum, that's where you feel the need to go. And it feels like it's out of some shadow, out of some hermit period, out of some part of you that you put away or whatever, you know what I mean? Put aside or neglected. That's what it feels like, pile number 1. So the guidance for you is going to be to cleanse yourself of the barrier that you are energetically creating that's just an illusion. You're creating a reason to stand still when there's already a lot of energy in motion. The giant snowball, it's already gone all the way down the hill, and it's a big ass snowball. You see it. And here's you attached energetically to the snowball that you already threw off the mountain. But this is you in the 3D, just stalling and being like, damn, I don't know if I should jump, but like, you already did. Remember, it's an illusion. You've already jumped, so just flow. Go with the flow. Go back towards the light and trust yourself. Trust yourself, because I feel like it's going to be something that is going to, like, it almost feels like setting your soul free is sort of what you're doing. You're imprisoning your soul from experiencing this beautiful uncaging. So just allow it. And I feel like there's already too much momentum. Like I said, you're just going to feel more and more discomfort. And eventually I feel like you're going to give into the flow, or the universe will force you, right? That's what it does. If you don't want to jump in the raging river that you've created, it just sort of like flicks you in there somehow. That's at least my experience. I just saw 1616. That is what I got for you, pile number 1. I really hope that this resonated. Remember that I do have an extended where I will pull a full tarot spread in regards to this situation if it resonates with you. And like I said, if that's something you're interested in, I will have the link to that extended in the description box. Also, I'm open for personal readings. If that's something you're interested in, just find my email, which is also there in the description box, as well as in my cute little intro. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this rose quartz, then you're at the right place. So fun thing, pile number 2, I'm filming your pile like 2 weeks after I filmed the other one. It's been a mess, okay? But I had to go back and take notes on how I did it for the other one. So I'm going to start you off with an energy check of 2 cards. And that is going to indicate to you whether you're at the right pile and if this is the lesson that your guides have chosen for you. So please give me 2 main energies as an energy check for pile number 2's current energy. Oh, that was cute. They gave us 2 right away. We have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Ace of Potions. Ooh, I love this. I claim. So Queen of Pentacles is really feeling energetically fulfilled, okay? So this is like feeling like things are finally starting to stabilize for you and feeling a strong sense of gratitude for what it is that you have going on in and around you. Yeah, and really bringing yourself to a place of nurturing. Because this is me right now. This is me AF. I've been enjoying cooking meals for my family, and I've been feeling very fulfilled and very stabilized. And then with the Ace of Potions, well, I did just buy a bottle of Malibu, so this is me AF. Just kidding. Anyways, yeah, it's just enjoying. Having gratitude for fresh beginnings. Having gratitude for feeling transformed, feeling fresh out of some strong realizations, strong out of some heavy shadow cycles is what I'm strongly getting, and really just embracing the freshness and ease of having removed some of that dense energy that you were, I'm hearing, struggling with there for a while, pile number 2, okay? So this is a refreshing, it's like a fresh new start is what I'm getting. I just saw 222. It's so fitting. So if that resonates with you and your current energy, then you're going to, that's confirmation that this is your pile and that you are at the right lesson for you, which, by the way, is Energy 101. So energy, there can be like a million different lessons on energy because there's so many aspects to energy. But what I'm going to prepare a lesson on, because I've still not done any of those, is energy when it comes to vibration. So basically just essentially recognizing how energy plays out as a vibration in all aspects of our life, and some really easy ways to start to perceive energy, okay? And then I will have oracle reading after that lesson, and after, if you're interested in super resonating with this, I will have my first extended available. So that will include, and when it comes to energy as a vibration, however, the extension of your energy. So not recognizing it, this extended lesson will include ways of like the ripple effect. So like the reading that I just did, which is funny, so because I had this lesson prepared, or like the idea of it, like before the ripple effect even came. But regardless, yes, extension of energy and how it affects in a ripple form in and around you, okay? As well as a detailed tarot spread will be included in that extended video in case that's something you're interested in taking a look at and feel guided towards, okay? So enjoy your lesson, loves. Hello, loves. Welcome to your lesson on Energy 101. So when it comes to energy, there are many different aspects. So the way I'd like to go about discussing energy today is as a vibe, okay? So everybody has heard the term vibe, right? Assuming it's the energy that you experience when encountering another energy. That is the vibe. So I want to go over energy as a vibe in the way that we encounter it in very simple ways, such as words that give us a vibe, which is all of them, colors, numbers, and actions, okay? So I'm going to keep it simple at that because it is all around us, right? Every day we encounter words, colors, numbers, and we take actions as well as we experience other people's actions in and around our lives. So remember, in this lesson, we're going over energy as a vibe. Now, how do you gauge a vibe? Through your feelings, right? Through your emotions. A vibe is something that you feel. So we use this as a gauge, such as a car sensor that allows you to gauge certain aspects of what is going on within or around the vehicle, okay? For me personally, the easiest of these that I've listed is colors. Colors allow you to feel. You don't have to describe what a color makes you feel, you just feel it. So if you think of the color yellow, what does that make you feel? What does it make you think of immediately? What are the connections that you make associated with the color yellow? So that in itself is the vibration, at least in how you experience the vibration of yellow, for example. Now you can take all of the other colors, blue, red, purple, orange, and you can just take it from there. And all the blends of colors can give you a mesh of emotions. And it's sort of like when I'm painting, that's what I'm trying to capture, is a bunch of different emotions through the colors that I use. Every single color or mix of colors are energies that I am compiling to create an overall mixture of energy in the art that I create. So now let me move into numbers. So numbers are significant, and we use them a lot in the spiritual community, such as angel numbers, or as indicators, as clues, as guidance for our paths, for our spiritual journeys. And so I'll start with the first three numbers as far as energy and vibration goes. So the vibe that numbers give, for example, number 1. What do you associate with the number 1? How do you have an understanding of the number 1? And typically it's solo, single, individual, independent, are words, which are also energies, that we associate with that number, okay? Being at the top, standing out, those are also ones. Then we have the number 2. What does the number 2 make you think of? You think of 2 individuals coming together. You can think of having a sense of balance between more than one thing or energy. You can think of a team. Think of union. Think of collaborations. Now, if you take the number 3, it becomes a party, right? 3's a crowd is a saying that we've heard when it comes to the number 3, because that's when you get the energy of community. 3 is the energy of how we associate with those around us. In our external is a better way of saying it, world. So this is just a little hint at how numbers hold these vibrations as well. So now let's get into energy as a vibe when it comes to actions. So this can be both actions that you take as well as the way you experience the actions of others and how they make us feel. Remember, for all of these, we're using our feelings as our gauge, as our detector of translating the vibration that we are receiving through this energy. And so the actions, for example, the easiest is to say the actions of others, right? And how it affects us. It's a vibration in itself to say that the way that others interact towards us doesn't affect us is untrue. It's experienced, for example, in you having a wonderful day and things going great and feeling joyful and hopeful and full of energy, and then encountering a person who is angry and frustrated and ready to burst, and for whatever reason chooses to target you as the director or the direction of all of this ball of energy. And if ungrounded, this energy has the capacity to shift. It's like when we say, I was having a good day until that happened. Everything was going good. I was feeling great. And then I encountered this person and they just ruined my whole day, right? We've all encountered that, unfortunately. And this is what I mean by the actions. Actions are energy, and they hold a vibration, and they make us feel, right? That's how we gauge how others interact with us, and that's how others gauge how we interact with them, through the actions. And so there's many aspects to this when it comes to actions. It can get a little complicated, whereas action or the lack of action also holds a vibration, right? But that is a little more advanced. Just kidding. All right, so let's move on to words. So I saved words for last because this is where things can get a little tricky. So words do hold a vibration, but here's where it can break down. Words that are spoken and the intention behind the words being spoken has to match in vibration. Otherwise, it's going to come off as inauthentic. This is when you are having a conversation with a person and something feels off about what they're saying, and all of your senses go off and you're just perhaps immediately sure that this person is lying to you, or if you're at the opposite end of trusting your intuition, you may sort of doubt, but recall the feeling that something was off, but then just sort of brush it off as nothing to worry about or overthink. So this most easily can be experienced when we're having a conversation, as I said, and someone is saying something to you, but the energy that they are emitting is not matching the words that they are saying. So if you're really in tune with your intuition, you're probably the type of person that cannot be lied to. And you can see right through people when something shifts in their energy, and you can feel that it's not a match to the words that they're saying. So you're just a human lie detector. And so when you encounter this experience, that's essentially what's happening, is you are translating the energy that has been emitted from this person's intentions, not the words. The words are not matching, and that's what your senses are telling you, that the vibration is reading something different than the words that you are listening to, because you can tell when someone is coming authentic, it's the opposite. The words that they are speaking matches the vibration that they are speaking, and it just feels, it's something that you feel is coming from truth. It's something that you feel this person truly means and is saying it from a place of authenticity. It's energy as a vibe, and it's how you feel energy. So I really hope this lesson had something of value for you. Please let me know if it did. Welcome back, pile number 2. So hopefully you found whatever I created interesting. I am going to go ahead. I already shuffled. The main things that I was getting for you while I was shuffling the decks was the energy of your guides really wanting to come through and give you some messages on holding, maintaining this energy, okay? And I heard once and for all. So I was like, okay. It felt like some bottled up energy that was sort of getting very powerful, and then in order to be released into the world with a big bang. And I love that, because that's the message that we got sort of yesterday with the ripple. And so I like that it's coming through energetically in the form of this bottle and something being released from it, because that's what I'm feeling. Being able to maintain this energy is what your guides really want to come through and give you something on something here. So I'm excited to see what this is about. Excuse me. Oh, I lost which ones I was. Okay, yes. Because I have so many oracle decks here. But I wanted to be ridiculous and have a very detailed energy here. Pile number 2. Okay. Eee, I love this. The universe has my back. And I'm going to stop right here. If you don't want to hear story time, please tap, tap, tap until you see me put this owl over there. So, for those of you who don't mind my story time, I was literally, as I was shuffling all the cards, I was thinking about this feeling and how it feels good to feel in some sense of stability, some sense of peace is really what it is. Trust in the universe is sort of what it's getting at. And I was thinking to myself, man, this has been a long ass journey. I was sort of time traveling while I was shuffling, because I disassociate a lot. Y'all, if I'm disassociating, it's because I'm time traveling, by the way. But I was time traveling back to the entire journey of the spirituality, and then reflecting on how it's just been a bunch of struggle, crying, failing, trying again, dusting myself off, licking my wounds. experiencing more. Like, it's just, ugh, it's been a mess, let's just say. But y'all can resonate, right? For sure, you've been through the same thing in your own ways. And then remembering, like, when I was like hardcore trying to understand energy, and as far as like attraction, law of attraction, and shifting my energy to the right vibration. Like, I understood the concept, but I couldn't understand how to get my energy to shift in that way. I just couldn't. There was way too much heavy, dense ego blocking and programs that I was trying to undo in frames of thought. And so I would listen to Abraham Hicks, and she was like, that once you get into the alignment, the right alignment, and you're on the right flying disc that you need to be in for the universe to give you everything that you put into your vortex, and then that things start to become playful and this and that, and I'm just like, okay, like on this long ass journey that I've been like failing and repeating over and over and over again. I'm just like, when the hell did I get to the Abraham Hicks part? And I feel like I've just started to get to the Abraham Hicks part, and it's so fucking beautiful, and it is so much fun, and it's just so overwhelming. Like, once things start coming together, and it feels like everything's the universe playing with you everywhere. The signs are literally shouting at you everywhere, and the synchronicities that I've been experiencing with those from my soul tribe members that are coming through have been absolutely ridiculous. I don't feel like a crazy person anymore. And sometimes I'm still at peace with my craziness, but at the same time, like, this is a collective craziness. So I'm not the only crazy. We're all collectively crazy, okay? So that makes me feel better that I'm not the only one. But anyways, okay. The universe has my back. This is what that reminded me of. Esther Hicks talking about how the universe becomes playful with you when you're in alignment, right? And this is your energy. This is the energy of alignment currently as you're viewing this reading, okay? Then we have the card Sadness. Of course it had to appear. Then we, of course, this too. Card 33, Door to Romance. Starseed, what lights you up? A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra, and then we have card 15, a powerful move. Okay, so the universe is stirring up. I can't remember if I got tarot the last time. Grr. Okay, I'm going to get 3. I'm just going to do whatever I feel like doing, actually. Or should I clarify them all? Is that what I did? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Clarify the universe has my back. Clarify sadness. Okay, 2 for sadness. Door to Romance. 2 for Door to Romance. Clarify a powerful move. Okay, move this here, move this here. Clarify a win-win outcome is forecast. And Starseed. All right, let's see what we got. Clarifying the universe has my back, we have the 8 of Needles, which is restriction, right? That's the self-mental imprisonment. Finally having trust in the universe is allowing you to release yourself from that. We have sadness. Oh, there's actually 3. 5 of Potions, which is also sadness. The King of Needles, which is clarity. The 5 of Presents, which is also sadness. I'm not going to take it in reverse. I'm going to take it as a... Okay. Then we have powerful move, clarified by the 7 of Candles. Needing to defend a move is sort of what I'm getting. 3 of Wands, or 3 of Candles, with a win-win outcome is forecast. So starting to see things move along, sort of what I'm getting. Or see things come into strong balance. Starseed, what lights you up? Page of Candles. Literally what lights you up. And then there's a little guy with the candle. And then we have card 33 with the Three of Pentacles and the Page of Potions, which is love. So love, clarifying love, movement, 3 and 3, 3 and 3. That's significant. That was indicative, I think, in yesterday's pile 3, if I'm not mistaken, the 33. And I've also, I'm gonna not lie, that I've been seeing 33 ever since yesterday's reading. Ever since I recorded that, I've been seeing 33 everywhere in multiples. All day today. So, movement. Things are moving along collectively, energetically, okay? What I will say is your energy. What do you guys want to teach you about? I feel like, okay, yeah, you're not giving yourself enough credit. Didn't we have 2 pages? Okay, yes. I was just like, I thought I saw 2 pages. They're literally right next to each other. Page of Candles, Page of Potions. That is sort of giving you where you feel like you should be further along. There seems to be like a sense of frustration is sort of what I'm getting, or sort of like you're not giving yourself enough credit because you're looking at yourself like, oh, I'm barely graduating from kinder, versus like at, you know, masters or graduates or doctorate even level, right? You're just like, oh, it's a kinder certificate. Like you can't, it doesn't hold weight to somebody's PhD over there, right? But what your guides are saying is, it's not about anybody else. This is a personal journey. This is about your own vibration, and everybody's journey is absolutely meant to be different. So it seems almost ridiculous to be comparing, let's say, a cat's behavior with a freaking elephant's behavior. Like, and expect there to be some similarities on their journey or the way they navigate the world. Like, it's just not meant to be that way. Like, even though we're all human, we're all completely a mixture of absolutely a different mush of energies. And although a lot of us may appear similar in appearance, energy doesn't lie. Which is what your lesson is, right? Energy does not lie. So when it comes down to it, you cannot compare your journey to another creature, because you are your own creature, a beautiful, unique creature that is meant to experience your own journey as this unique creature, and as only this unique creature that you are can experience. So to not ever, yes, when we view collective readings, there are certain messages, but remember, they are always general readings, and at the end of the day, you trust your own guidance, not what a tarot reader on YouTube is telling you, right? This is just to give like added confirmation, or to just sort of like fill in places where you feel like a little nudge in your intuition guiding you to seek, but you don't really have all the puzzle pieces. So that's what tarot can help you with, is filling puzzle pieces, but it's not meant to be the entire picture for you. The entire picture is meant to be created by you yourself only, and it's not meant to reflect absolutely anything similar to anybody else's. Okay, and that's strongly what's wanting to come through from your guides, is this right here. This is the strongest way. Remembering everything that I just told you, because I can't repeat it, right? I don't even remember what I just said. But remembering what I just told you, and understanding that any restriction that you may have felt, or any separation from being able to have complete control of your life and the direction that it takes, removing those fear barriers is what I'm hearing. Having complete trust, because you're starting to see the evidence of, you're starting to be able to understand in a very grounded level. Because like I said, in the way that this reflects with me is I've understood. I've been reading about law of attraction forever. I've been reading about a lot of stuff forever, but that doesn't mean that I understand it, that I really grasp it. Like, I can understand it as a concept, but to really, really grasp it from having experienced it in my own energy, from my own perception, from my own experience, that makes you understand a concept in a completely different way, in a true understanding. That's when knowledge becomes wisdom, is when you're able to have experienced it through your own energy field, okay? And that's something that you have to remember, okay? Trusting that the universe has its own unique plan for you, and that you have your own unique relationship with the universe energetically. It's not meant to reflect. So yes, there's a lot of information out there, but that was the purpose of me creating the idea of fifth dimension, is to remind people that our experience is supposed to look different and not to reflect anybody else's journey, because we have the habit, and the ego puts us in a place of seeking sort of like a checkpoint, a flag, a green flag, that we're in the right direction by looking at those who seem to appear to us to be on that same road. But what you don't realize is you can see their road from where you're at, but actually you can't get to that road from you. It's just like they're in another dimension that's just appearing to you. Like you're comparing things that aren't even in the same dimension. Yes, you can view them from yours, but you're in different time and spaces and everything energy wise, okay? So there's a need to remember that and understand that your unique relationship with the universe is meant to be unique and not to reflect anybody else's, and to remind yourself of that. And that's going to help you really hold that, because that's where all that fear, the doubt comes from, is that we're looking around like, well, other people seem to have figured their shit out. Like, why can't I figure my shit out? But remember, that's ego. That's, again, I had completely lost track, but that was the purpose of creating Fifth Dimension. Is to remind everybody know that your experience is meant to be unique. Your experience is meant to you. Like, all the information that is out there is meant to help you, to guide you, but that at the end of the day, you're supposed to take the pieces and make it fit for you, how it feels right for you. Because what feels right for you isn't going to feel right for anybody other than you. That's your energy. You're experiencing things in an absolutely different way, right? A whole nother dimension than everybody else. And that goes for everybody. So there's this way that you look at yourself, like unaccomplished, like a little kid, like an amateur. There's this way that you, and take that however it resonates for you in your life, where you look at yourself like you're amateur at something that you feel you've delved into long enough to be PhD level. And that you should feel recognized at PhD level, however you feel you're being recognized at kindergarten level. And so there's this doubt that comes in and out, that can hold you back, right? Because remember, energy is everything. So what it is that you are reflecting and holding, like right now, the energy that you showed up to this reading in, that's the energy you need to maintain, right? And how can you maintain it is remembering every time all the other crap seeps in, to remind yourself that you are the creator. You are the one putting the ingredients into your pie. And so you decide how delicious or lack of delicious that pie is at the end of the day, okay? But yeah, that's what I'm really strongly getting with all of this. I really feel like something that's happened recently has helped you in gain, like just like everything that I explained, because I'm not gonna, again, everything that I explained about you turning through your own experience, through taking concepts and then experiencing life by yourself, and then having the concept feel like it all of a sudden was an understanding for you. I feel like you've had a breakthrough on something recently that was meant to happen, really, in order to not only put things into balance, but also to teach you about what I just said about it's like that old stay in your own lane, right? Stay in your own lane, because I keep on getting it like that. Like they seem like the Jetsons tubes. And then, you know how, if you know what Jetsons are, look, I'm going to end up doing the little overlay. I've been guided to do the little overlays a lot lately, because I think visuals work. They worked when I was a teacher, and I feel like they work. So the Jetsons tubes where people are floating, and I feel like you're floating in tubes that like appear to be going in the same direction. And so you're looking at the people in the other tube like, oh, they have their tube, or whatever, like making a comparison and how your experience should be, because it appears you're moving in the same direction, but actually their tube is going to take a sharp turn this way at a curve you don't see coming up ahead, and yours is going to take a sharp turn in a completely different route. So for you to be comparing your two tubes, like, they are nothing connected, right? They're connected, but not really. Like, you can see them, but they're in a whole different thing. So you stay in yours, and you worry about what you be doing. That's what I'm getting. Love is coming up here. So love is always in the pile 2 collective, right? Pain that's being healed, that's being worked through, is strongly being indicated. I'm getting to praise. Again, the same thing. I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit for how much you've worked through, and how much you've healed, and how much clarity you've gained through all the experiences that you have. I'm hearing show gratitude even through the pain. Because there's always something to be gained from there. Being able to transmute that energy through gratitude is such a beautiful thing. And how does that? You got to deep dive. And I feel like you've been doing that, and you've been gaining clarity. And I feel like it's just a reminder to honor and not push aside the painful experience, but to honor that there was a lesson to be learned and gained from everything that gets thrown at us every single day and night, apparently, because even my dreams, and I know probably your all's dreams, because I've been hearing this from others, that they don't even let you rest in your dreams. They just got you doing stuff. They got you in school, like me, teaching or like learning. Whatever. But yeah, that's what I got for you. Let me get you a unicorn message, because unicorns are freaking cute. So why not? Oh, you got 2. We have passion. Do what excites you. Get fired up about your life. Increase your energy levels. And we have delight. Count your blessings. That's what I just said. Gratitude. And enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. This is literally closing off in the same exact way that we started off. These energies all feel the same as you just doing you making the best pie that you can think of, because at the end of the day, you're the only one who has the capacity to create the pie that you have at the end of the day. So I know I'm making mine delicious. My pie is going to be so delicious. I was saying this to a friend the last time. I was just like, whatever. Like, I've gotten to the point to whatever cards I've been dealt, like, I'm going to make the best of it. It's going to be a freaking party. If I'm meant to be with somebody, it's going to be the best love story that ever freaking happened. And I'm going to work so hard at it to make it the most beautiful thing. And I will take accountability, and I will honor and be grateful. But if it's the opposite, and it's just me meant to be alone in a spiritual path for the rest of my life, then that's cool too. It's going to be a freaking party, and it's going to be like an 80s gay club. We're going to dance all night and all day, and it's just going to be costumes and like lights, discos. But regardless, my pie is going to be so delicious no matter what ingredients are there, right? And I decide. So that's what I got for you, pile number 2. I hope that you enjoyed this. And again, if you felt resonations with this, please consider getting the extended, as it will have. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this deck as well as the Smoky Quartz, then you're at the right place. Oh, also the image. Let's not forget that. All right, so first things first, I am going to pull just an energy check just to make sure that you're at the right pile. And you'll know that based off of whether this is the current energy that you are in. So the more dominant thing holding your focus at this time. So please tell me what the main energy of pile number 3 is. Smoky Quartz. Oh, that was quick. We have the Wheel of Fortune, card number 10. Card number 13 with Death. And we have the 6 of Wands. Okay. So this tells me that you are in the process of what feels like a whirlwind of cycles, and it feels like multiple cycles. So this is maybe things that are affecting multiple aspects, like multifaceted areas of your life are being closed off, is sort of what I'm getting. Shifting into new cycles. It's kind of like they put you, you know what I'm seeing, like merry-go-round? Is that what it's called? Sorry, I'm going to flip this because I don't know if it's crooked and it's going to bother me. Like a merry-go-round, like, you know, when you're a kid, and I don't know if that thing still exists, but yeah, when you start to spin you, and there's like so much speed in the spin, that you're like, things are falling off. Like, let's say you lose a sandal, or you lose your hat, or if you were holding a stuffed animal and it gets pulled out of your hand because you're just trying to hold on, is sort of what I'm getting. It doesn't feel good, but it feels like the universe is shaking things up for you and causing you to loosen and let go of things that you're grasping onto that you don't need to be holding on to at this time or anymore. Is what I'm sort of getting. So you may feel like there's a lot of things coming to an end. And this could be internally or externally. This could be just you saying, like, I will never put up with this sort of behavior again, or I will not put up with me treating myself this way. There's an ending to things. There's an ending to things either internally or externally, or probably more than likely, because it's like within, without, right? Above, below. So more than likely it's all aspects of your life, but it's leading you towards what you feel is your parade. You're just like, so long, suckers, you know, don't rain on my parade, sort of like what it is. I feel, why does this feel iffy to me? I don't know. Let me pull one more really quick. But if that's resonating with you so far, I'm going to say that this is your reading, okay? Let me just pull one more. Okay. That's exactly what I was feeling, because I was just like, why does this feel too happy? Like, it feels like it's fake. It feels like they're just like putting on this show. Like, it doesn't, it's showing me that, but the energy doesn't feel that way. And then here comes what the energy actually feels like to me, is being like scared shitless. Sorry, pile number 3, but that's sort of what it's giving me. All of these endings and all of this movement and all of these shifts and closing off of whatever is being closed off and ended is scaring the shit out of you. And it may feel so overwhelming with this guy going under and feeling all this restricted. Like, yeah. But this is like the mask being put on it. Like, yeah, everything's good. If that resonates with you, pile number 3, then this is going to be your reading for sure. All right, so I'm going to stop this part and go into your lesson, which I didn't even mention, and it is Visualization 101, okay? So, visualization, how it is that you perceive everything. How it is that you perceive everything, because what the thoughts that you create is what you are experiencing in your environment, internally and externally, whether we accept or realize that at all. So I'm going to go into the lesson, and then future me will have a lesson prepared for you, and then you're going to come right back here and we'll get into your reading. Hello, loves. Welcome to your lesson on visualization. So the way I want to go about this lesson is to teach visualization through the perspective of our imagination, because imagination is the root of any type of visualization that you intend to do. So our imagination is an extremely powerful tool to help unlock, but also to help manifest. So, contrary to popular belief, or at least the way that I was raised, in the sense that imagination was not something to be valued, it was something seen as a childish thing. Now, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm in fact going to encourage you to delve into your imagination. So, I encourage you to undo any programming that told you that imagination is not useful. or that it is childish or immature to use your imagination, because imagination is very closely associated to your soul. So your higher self, your inner child, your authentic self, your soul, however you want to describe this. Imagination is very strongly associated with that in the energy of creation. In creating everything. Everything was first imagined before it was created. And so therefore imagination is ingrained in the universe, in everything that exists. So that's where we bring in visualization, because this is the vehicle, if you will. Visualization is the vehicle that we can use in order to maneuver our way through imagining things and creating from there, right? So manifesting, when we're cleansing, when we're setting intentions, when we are working past our fears, visualization is a very strong tool that can be used in order to really gain some strong momentum when it comes to these things. So I'd like to give a quick, simple example of using visualization when it comes to manifesting specifically. So imagining. So using your imagination to envision what it is that you want to manifest. So manifest is anything that we desire, right? Anything that we desire to experience, and that's held very strongly within what we imagine. So what is it that we are thinking about and playing out in this fantasy, if you will, that we play out in our minds, in our thoughts? So this can be as simple as a project, an inspiration that you get out of nowhere, and you feel like decorating a certain room in a certain theme. And it starts with an image in your head as you stand in the room and you start to visualize in your mind's eye what it would look like if you changed the walls from white to yellow or blue, or add some stripes, or maybe a border, or maybe a shelf. And you start to imagine all of these things, and all of a sudden you can see it. You can see it so clearly. You start to build a strong image, and the more that you play on this imagination, on this visualization, the stronger you get a clearer image of what it is that you are visualizing. And this is all in the process of manifestation, right? That's how it is built. It is a seed that you are planting when you are envisioning that room with a shelf or a window or a different paint color. And the decisions or actions that you choose to take from there will allow you to build. So let's say you paint the wall a certain color, and then you start to think, well, you know what? If I changed this other wall to the side, this opposite color, and you continue to play on your imagination and visualize the room adjusting as you go. And this is just a simple example, but we use this as a tool every single day, whether we're doing it consciously or subconsciously. This is how our minds work. It is how creation works. It is how we manifest, whether you use the word manifest or not. Okay. I'm describing us making decisions and playing them out in our minds through visualization as manifesting. Okay. So with that being said, then taking what it is that you know, or the amount of time that you spend envisioning things before taking actions or playing around with ideas, it's all going to differ based on different people. Some people need more time to visualize before actions are taken. Some only need a brief session of visualization, if you will, before taking certain actions, and then they take little brief pauses in between to readjust and reassess using their imagination to see what steps to take from there. So it's just going to differ. It's all vibing it out, but understanding the power that visualization holds in the environment that we experience in our daily lives. Okay, loves? So I really hope that this little mini lesson was of use for you in somehow, or that you found something of use is a better way of saying that. If so, please let me know how. And if it did resonate with you, please consider purchasing the extended, in which I am going to actually go through a guided visualization with you just to help you strengthen your visualization techniques and being able to use them in different aspects of your life. Okay, loves? All right, pile number 3. So I hope that you enjoyed the lesson that I prepared for you in regards to visualization and how it helps us create everything around us in our life. Okay. I do want to quickly remind you that there is an extended available, which you can find in the description box attached to the pile stamps. And if you find that you resonate with the reading I'm about to do, then I encourage you to consider purchasing the extended reading in order to have a more extended reading as well as channeled messages for you, and a more extended lesson for you on visualization in order to manifest everything that you were meant to. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Why do I feel like it's crooked again? I probably keep hitting it with my hand. I need to get a heavier base, I feel, so that it doesn't wiggle every time I shuffle on the thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull messages that we need to know in regards to what is it that you are currently visualizing, and any guidance that we need, or that needs, you know what I mean. Sometimes words aren't my best forte, but sometimes they are. Just depends. Oh, that's too many. Please let me know what pile number 3, Smoky Quartz energy, needs to know in regards to visualization in their lives. You can tap through. I just do the shuffling so that way, in case that helps you connect to the energy, because sometimes it does. Ooh, okay, that was a strong one that just came through, because I saw this. All of a sudden I saw her eyes closed. I saw full-on eyelids closed, but they are very much open. Okay, so needing to delve within yourself. Strongly what I'm getting from that, because when you close your eyes, you force yourself. Your eyes have so much ego attached to them. Pile number 3. So a wonderful technique for assistance in meditating, if you have difficulty in doing so, is to use like one of those sleeping masks. A simple sleeping mask, or a handkerchief, a scarf, whatever, to I guess force your eyes closed in order to distract the sense of your eyes wanting to analyze everything. Because once you open your eyes, it turns on that part of the brain that wants to analyze everything, and when you close your eyes, it's like turning off the switch. It soothes a way of allowing you to analyze from a soothed energy, if that sort of makes sense. It turns off a lot of the ego and allows you to analyze from an internal, a more authentic place. Okay, so take that only if it resonates with you, but I'm strongly getting that will assist you in your visualization, specifically when it comes to whatever it is that you are trying to manifest for yourself. Whatever it is you're trying to create. I'm hearing family for some of you. This is giving me like a family portrait, and I'm hearing the song Family Portrait. Where's that from? Is that pink? We look pretty. Something like that. And it's sort of giving me that, you know, that picture, like showing the picture perfect of the smiles. Everything's good and happy, but the reality is this is what's going on behind energetically within you, okay? Something like that. I feel like that part wants to connect strongly. Like you're trying to visualize a connection on what it is that you want to feel, which is this. And there's that sort of, okay, I have to mention this because there's that misconception in the spiritual community. I call it like the fairy dust spiritual community because it doesn't give the backstory as to how these things connect. It just makes it seem like something silly, like when you call on affirmations. It's sort of what it's giving me. They used to have us relay affirmations, or the students, when I was teaching in the announcements, and I feel like it did such a disservice to what affirmations are meant to do in forcing these students to repeat your choice of words as what you feel they should be affirming to themselves. And it's like forced affirmation, and it just poos all over what affirmations are meant to do. It's sort of saying, I am happy, I am rich, I am fulfilled, I am, you know, and trying to like lie to yourself about the situation around you, because affirmations in that way accomplish nothing, if anything, to put you more out of vibration with what it is that you're trying to accomplish with those affirmations. Whereas if this is what you're saying to yourself, I am this, I am that, I have the parade, everyone supports me, I love my life, I love myself, but this is what you're feeling, you're doing a disservice to yourself, okay? And I feel like that's something that I'm hoping will start to shift, right? Is that there's more of a backstory as to the intention of affirmation, and it needs to be something personal. You can't tell somebody what to affirm. It has to come from within them on what it is that they feel they should be affirming towards themselves, okay? That's just a little side something. Sorry if it annoyed you. I choose love no matter what. 36 hole in the soul. Oh, no, not this hole in the soul. Card number 3 with dreams. Again, with the eyes closed. Card number 19, rest and rejuvenation. We have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Again, closing your eyes is what I'm hearing again. Closing your eyes to turn off the analytical aspects of your ego self and get into your true authentic self, to put yourself into a place of harmony. Card number 11. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. It feels like there's where am I seeing this? I'm seeing like ashes on the bottom of a barbecue pit. Like, I don't know why I'm seeing that. Let me sit with this energy. It feels like deep-rooted wounding. Pile number 3. I think you feel it, but I think you're being guided to visualize it. What do I mean by that? I mean, acknowledging, first of all, the feelings that are within you that would connect to whatever I just described, as far as like all of the ashes at the bottom of the pit after it's been, you know, well, and it's just needing to clean that out, okay? So the ashes of whatever it is that's burnt within you, and for some of you, I feel like this is like deep rooted. Like I said, the ash goes way back, and it's just like things that have been burning within you, and this is not a good burning, right? This is like subconscious burning, like things that have wounded you, and it's sort of like that idea of, you know, there's like that town that has like a fire going on underneath it or whatever, if you just Google it. I sort of feel like that, like having coals that got set on fire deep within that just sort of stayed burning, and you just sort of like shut down the way they did to that town. They just shut it down and don't allow people in and out. And it's just abandoned. That's sort of what it feels like. Like there's parts of you that you just abandoned that were set on fire, and instead of trying to figure out how to put out the fire or cleanse out what the ashes were there, you just closed off the opening to it and just abandoned that altogether. Maybe that's being what's being spun off of you, because it sort of feels like the spinning could be causing a stir in what was under there, the ash, if at the bottom of the pit, if that makes sense, within your energy, within your heart for a lot of you. Better to say within your soul, right? That part of your soul that connects with you most deeply in your wounding. So however that resonates for you. I feel like there is healing, soul healing that's happening energetically with you, and I don't know if that's conscious effort that you are making. This could be with visualization that you're actually doing this, and that would be indicate, or in your dreams. Ooh, why didn't I see that? That's so ridiculous. Dreams and rest, of course. So when you're sleeping, there's this healing that's going on over you, but when you're waking, in your waking day, I feel energetically you're feeling the shift. And it's making you really uneasy, because it's probably like what I feel like when I call it shedding. And I do it at the end, usually like annually. Like currently I'm doing that. Currently I'm shedding. So I've been in sort of hermit mode, because it's sort of a painful process, and it's just like all of the, like already having processed everything that I've experienced throughout the following, the previous year, so this past year up until now. And I've come to realize that I experience this every year. So this year I'm experiencing my shedding a little bit earlier, because usually it's around September when I experience it, and I'll go like in hiding for a few weeks where I just pull back my energy completely, because I'm so vulnerable in my state of shedding energetically. So I've already processed everything, but it's sort of just the feelings, allowing the feelings to flow out with the ash, you know. And in order to get the ash out, you got to touch the ash, you got to delve into the ash, and that's it brings up everything. It's like you toss it into the air and you start to re-experience the emotions as if they were happening again. And it's very full awareness that I have now that this is happening. But I feel like to a lot of people, if they're not that in tune with their own cycles, because everybody's going to have different cycles. I know for me, it's typically once a year, but I mean, yours may be multiple times a year that you may experience this, or maybe it be once a year too for you. But you're going to know when you go through those little periods. I mean, society would call it depression, periods of depression like this, where you just need to get away and allow, there's crying involved for me at least, you know, and it's just me processing and letting it flow through me, but it doesn't feel good. That's why I call it shedding. It feels very uncomfortable, and every time I'm in it, sometimes I feel like that's it, like that's all, I'm just lost in it. And I forget, like, hey, 3 days ago you felt amazing, like relax, it's gonna subside. Because when you're in the 3 days and that's that third day, and you can feel like this is all I ever experienced, and you just get so distorted in losing what you know, like that, you'll come out of it. So if that's what you're experiencing right now, pile number 3, I encourage you to remind yourself that to the last time, the most recent time you were feeling great, and look back, delve into that energy. What were you experiencing? What were you feeling? What were you celebrating? What was it, right? When you felt on top, when you felt great. And I encourage you to delve into that energy versus allowing yourself to sink into the confusion, because I feel like it will flow through you. You will flow it out. There is movement. Your hard work is paying off, but it is new moon energy. So not quite seeing things moving along, not quite seeing your energy shifting from what you're trying to visualize and manifest for yourself and what it is that you're feeling. You're not quite making that connection yet, and that's okay, because there's a lot going on with the Wheel of Fortune, with the Death card. These are intense energies to be experiencing at the same time, okay? So don't hold it against yourself for everything that you're feeling, and understand that that there is healing that's going on within you, okay? That's triggering this. And for me, this is strongly connecting, actually, now that I'm thinking about with energy I'm experiencing. In my dreams, I'm healing because these memories are coming up. So in my dreams, I'm literally crying out and trying to cleanse and shed myself. And then it causes my physical sleeping body to start to cry. And that wakes me up, because all of a sudden I'm like gasping and I'm like crying, you know, like, and it wakes me up out of my sleep. And then I'm instantly in that energy of crying. And then it just sets the tone, right? So it is heavy energy to be in, but trust that it is flowing. It's transmuting. It's creating what is fog and feels cloudy to be a clear road for you, okay? It's necessary to clear that ash out. And that's what this feels like too, like letting it out. If you feel the need, however you feel guided, because everybody, it's different, but however you feel guided to release energy in a healthy way, mind you, right? In a healthy way, however you find it for yourself to release and to choose love for yourself more than anything is what I'm getting. To love yourself more than anything, over anything, okay? And trust that everything that's happening is for your highest good, because what I do see is that things are going to clear for you. I feel like you're in the process of transmuting, and all of a sudden you're going to just like that, because it is the Wheel of Fortune, and that's when things are shifting. It's sort of, you know what it's giving me? Like the Wizard of Oz, like, you know how she was in the middle of the storm and thinking the worst, you know, and just feeling the worst and scared, and then all of a sudden the speeding momentum of the tornado just stops and dumps them, and then she opens her eyes and it's just like sunny and vibrant and clear. And then she goes outside and she's like, whoa, I don't recognize where the hell we are, but I like it. That's sort of what it's giving me, pile number 3, okay? So I am going to pull you a... What am I doing? Did I pull an extra card for... I don't remember if I did, and I think it's messed up with me, but I'm still going to do it. I'm going to get you a unicorn card. If this message did resonate with you, again, I do encourage you to, if you feel guided, to purchase the extended, where I will have an extended lesson for you in regards to visualization and manifesting, as well as an extended tarot reading for you if this storyline is resonating with you, as well as channeled messages based off of the crystal that you chose. So that would be a little bit more specific detail, because I do tap into the crystal's energy, and as you connect with it, you will connect with whatever scenarios come to me. So we have strength. This challenge will make you stronger. I love this so much, because we were just talking about this heavy ass energy. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. You will land in the land of Oz, okay? Look for the gifts in this situation, and that's looking forward to Oz. Just kidding. But there's so much to be grateful for. And oh my God, I have it written down, do I not? That the extended for this is going to manifest. What are you grateful for? I wrote that down as something, gratitude, and how to use that in visualization. And I love that this is saying look for the gifts in the situation, because that is about gratitude. So if this all resonated with you, I do strongly encourage you, again, to purchase the extended. You can find that in the description box, as well as if you're interested in booking a personal reading, which is much like the readings in this way, except you get a very strong channeled message at the beginning, then you get a sort of oracle reading, and then if there's like some specifics you want me to pull, then I do tarot guidance or whatever, and usually that's the part of for the love reading at the end that I usually do. But however you want your reading, it's fully customizable, okay? So if that's something you're interested in, you can find my email in the description box. Until we vibe again, pile number 3.